Ebe m na-ege ntị, anyị ekene unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi tata. Dịka o si dị, daalụnụ nwanne m, ụmụ Igbo, ụmụ Ife, unu si na-esoro anyị anyị na-eme. Chetakwa na tata bụkwa 26 of December 2023. Ọnụ makwa ife anyị na-akpọ ya evening tea ka anyị na-akpọ ya, ọ bụrụ nchefuru. Evening tea ka anyị na-akpọ ya bụ ife. O nwere ife wetelu unu n'iru akwụkwọ a ga-achọ ka onye ọbụla tinye uche nke ya, tinye alụ nke ya gbasa maka ife o chere n'ife ije gị enu n'iru akwụkwọ, maka na akwere unu nkwa. Ọ bụ site nkwa anyị kwuru na a ga na-enye ọpdeti ọbụla bụ anything ọbụla bụ gbasata maka ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo ana gbasata maka nwere onwe nke a na-azọ. Dịka si gwa unu, ọ ya mere ji wetara unu ya bụ ihe anyị na-akpọ evening tea n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa. O nwere ihe BIAFRA Prime Minister kwuru ma chọkwa onye ọbụla tinye ntị gee ya bụ ife. Ị ga-esi ya drop your own comment on the comment section below. All right, over to you, sir.
The answer is no. The same way the 1999 Constitution was brought and forced on indigenous people, including the Biafra people, is the same way they have systematically forced everyone to accept Islamic State status in this particular 2023. And no Christian, no pastor, no GO, no OG, no men of God, no all this their nonsense GUO or whatever, talking and condemning the United Kingdom for systematically supporting the Islamization of Biafra people and every other indigenous person in Nigeria. We understand they have used terrorism, they have used force against everyone, so nobody has the guts to speak up. But hey, those of you who are in position to speak up, why are you not speaking up? My fellow Biafrans, as a result of what is coming out from the United Kingdom and how Nigeria has manipulated its way because of the ignorance of those who have been overrun, who have been, conquered, and they can no longer talk, especially the money mongers within the Biafra land, the Biafra government in exile, and the Biafra de facto government, otherwise known as the Biafra government, particularly are deeply concerned with this particular development, with this systematic Islamization as being sponsored by the United Kingdom and Abuja. In different parts of Biafra land, Nigeria terrorist soldiers had looted and burned homes, tortured, raped, and murdered innocent civilians of Biafra people in quest to force them and create fear into them so that nobody could rise up and speak against what is going on. Everyone watched those videos on social media, including myself. Today, we have liberated many provinces, many states within the Biafra territory that the terrorist military can no longer just go freely and burn the way they used to burn. We have also succeeded in creating a very heavy awareness that it is no longer hidden. I want to inform you today, the barbarity of the attack in Imo State, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, in Anambra, in Obi-Igbo rivers, and every other part of Biafra land was palpable. The sight of mass grave from the time of 1999 till date across Biafra land, and the body littered in forest, like just what was discovered in Abia State, in Lopanta, in the forest. The body lined up on the ground. Those kind of things etched forever in our memory. And so are the people behind the horrific stories. They continue to live in our memory. The Nigeria terrorist army has committed more than genocide in our land, all in the name of forcing us to accept Islamic State. The young men with their hands tied behind their back, shot and killed by those who address themselves as security agents. We saw in Abia State where Biafrans were praying in a field. Over 150 was murdered in cold blood. We saw in Imo State those grandfathers who were shot in the neck while drinking palm wine in their residence in the morning, very early morning, in the old Imo State. Not even our women and children were spared. Just last week, they killed many in Ihala. We saw it. Everybody shared the video. I want to inform the world this evening and my fellow Biafrans that since 2021, it is very clear what happened in many parts of Biafra state was not just a random episode. Those executions in cold blood were part of the bigger plan to silence every Biafran for Islamization, as can be confirmed by the United Kingdom today. And Abuja, it is very cruel, cynical, calculated. The UK and Abuja want to eliminate and annihilate Biafrans and also eliminate our statehood, eliminate our freedom, and eliminate our culture and values. This will and must be resisted with everything in us. They want to eliminate our national identity. They want to eliminate our sense of being. They want to eliminate our history. And above all, they want to eliminate our hope in the future. These are war crimes. And nobody is talking about it. We are not even expecting anybody to talk about it. We are going to force them to talk about it in due time. But I want to make it very clear, as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of in exile this evening, that this amount to war crimes. These are crimes against humanity. In Imo, in Aba, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, and Obibo massacre have been replicated in the Biafra land and across other ethnic nationalities in their land occupied by the Nigeria-sponsored Islamists and terrorists in uniform and other forces. It is time for everyone to wake up. Another target in Biafra land on the Islamization agenda in Biafra, they plan against our children and young men. The Biafra government has estimated over 45,000 have been killed. 10,000 are missing. 11,000 people, Biafra young men and women, are illegally held in custody, including Mazi who they kidnapped from Kenya, and over 3 million have been displaced from their homes by the United Kingdom-backed Islamization of Nigeria. Today, my fellow Biafra, we the Biafra people, through the Biafra Republic government in exile, announce to the world the firm resolve of Biafra that the unprovoked military aggression, the Nigeria terrorist military aggression by Islamic State-led Nigeria in Biafra land shall be ruthlessly resisted with all the means available to the people of Biafra. I have been able to show on the screen that Nigeria has been officially addressed as Islamic State by the United Kingdom, recognized by the Foreign Secretary David Cameron. And today we wish to inform international community of the determination by the Biafra people to resist most determinedly and to make futile all the violence by the Islamic State and the proxy Islamic Northern Army, the terrorist Nigeria Army. David Cameron announced of Nigeria as an Islamic State is an attempt to deprive our children their childhood and their roots. It must be resisted. This is yet another blatant attempt at erasing Biafrans and other indigenous nationality identity in Nigeria. It is undeniable and it is unforgivable. It is also punishable that everything is coming from the back door. They wrote a constitution that was never a constitution, and they say, we the people of Nigeria. Nobody voted for the constitution. No National Assembly agreed to the constitution, and it was said, we. And they force it on you. Today they have come to say Nigeria is an Islamic State, and you have pastors who all they do is to scam the people of Biafra. We are going to impose a very heavy sanction on the church, especially those that are having services in Biafra territory, because you have failed to uphold your values as people of God. So the Biafra government is putting you on notice from today. We are coming for the church, for the Christian who have failed woefully. We will make you to stand on your toe going forward, because you have failed the church, you have failed the Christendom, you have failed in every ramification, that you are being addressed as an Islamic State and you dare not to talk, and you expect the Biafra government to look or overlook you when you are in a better position to educate your congregation of what is going on in Nigeria. You refuse. You can enjoy your whatever Islamic agenda in other parts of Nigeria, but going forward, we are coming with a very stringent measures against you in Biafra land. Biafra land will no longer be conducive for those who are hiding under Christian and supporting the Islamization and the killing going on in Biafra land, because your voice would go a very long way in bringing the awareness of our freedom to show that we are not accepting Islamic State. But that you have refused to do. All the big pastors, fathers, and whatever, Biafra government is taking charge very, very soon. Like I said, the first time in history, the United Kingdom is openly acknowledging that the false amalgamation was really false. Every attempt by the United Kingdom and Nigeria to force Biafra into Islamic State will be resisted, and the resistance is part of the ongoing self-defense that have gradually transited into an offensive resistance in Biafra land, as they are confessing today. It is going to even get worse. And we will continue to spearhead the effort to make sure that Nigeria and UK can be held accountable for the crime of aggression against Biafra people and against other indigenous nationalities in Nigeria who wish to bring their case forward. To that end, we will continue to defend Biafra land and Biafra people with arms, sophisticated arms, that will lead to the declaration of Biafra as an independent state. We can never ever accept the United Kingdom position by addressing Nigeria as an Islamic state. On the Amazonia and Biafra Helsinki Declaration, the state of Nigeria, despite International Convention on Protection of Refugees and the Abuja 5-court ruling barring the Nigeria Islamic State from threatening Ambazonians as part of Cameroon, Nigeria state officials continue to allow themselves to be induced by Cameroon, their counterpart and their accomplice, and France into committing international crime against harmless citizens of Amazonia who clamor for their right amidst a backdrop of French neo-colonial pact, which made Cameroon a French province. Nigeria continued to promote the abuse of its own court and refuse to implement the ruling of its own court in favor of the Amazonian citizens, the same way they are doing to Biafrans and Mazi Nnamdi. The Biafra government in exile today wish to warn Nigeria and Cameroon on their nonsense boundary commission aimed at redrawing the map of Cameroon and Nigeria in order to illegally give Cameroon a maritime boundary with Nigeria. That particular attempt is null and void, and an international criminal exercise for that matter, which is bound to fail, even though the United Nations is backing it, without paying attention to the ongoing conflict in those areas and in those regions, because the United Nations is littered with Islamic agenda. The Fulanis from Nigeria has occupied many positions at the UN, and that's why we can never look up to them. Fellow Biafrans and Ambazonians, for the pact and the bilateral agreement we have signed in Helsinki, the Helsinki Declaration, for now, I'll assure you, the only map Cameroon has at the AU and the United Nations is the map she got as per quasi independence in 1960. And that particular map does not have Southern Cameroon nor Bakassi in it. Nigeria and Nigerians, those who call themselves Nigerians, should ask what instrument or of domestic international law are they using to perpetuate this illegality. The Biafra Navy has been battling with Cameroon for weeks now in Bakassi, in our own territory, because of the illegality of Nigeria and Cameroon. We are very, very disappointed in those Christians in Biafra land, because all this is aimed and targeted at making sure that you don't resist the Islamization agenda that is being forced on you. Like I have said earlier, the Biafra government is considering sanctioning all the churches for deliberately supporting the Islamization of Nigeria, and they choose money over their value system. This is something that everybody must condemn. their lackadaisical attitude and nonchalant attitude for not even condoning or responding to United Kingdom David Cameron, for acknowledging Nigeria as an Islamic state without any remorse. The Biafra government hereby wish to announce the following civil demonstration and civil disobedience in protest against Nigeria involvement in the ongoing war in Israel as an Islamic state. It was boldly written on the gov.uk that Islamic state, and Nigeria is one of them officially. We are not part of the Islamic state. We can never support anything that goes against the interests of Israel. The Nigeria involvement is not in line with the Biafra people, and we are not part of it. You cannot be imposing your religion, your ideology on us, and then you go and start fighting Israel and supporting the against interests of Israel in the name of Nigeria, when we are still struggling to leave Nigeria and exit Nigeria. That is completely unacceptable. And this night we are making it very clear that Nigeria cannot speak for the Biafra people. For forcefully trying to Islamize us, we are going to embark on a civil disobedience to make sure that those enablers within Biafra land, from the senators to the governors to the local government chairman to the House of Assembly to everybody, the state, the Nigeria state that represent Nigeria state in Biafra land, will feel the impact of the resistance of the Biafra people. Christmas is coming. December is coming. You cannot enjoy Christmas while you are living in an Islamic state country. And so, listen to the following announcement. Since the church and Christians in Biafra land have refused to speak up in one voice against the systematic conquest of our own people, listen to what is going to happen next month, December. For forcefully trying to Islamize us, the Biafra government is announcing a complete 4 days lockdown before the Christmas. And this is going to sound as a warning for what is to come. I want to encourage the entire Biafra people, especially the business people, to understand that these particular measures we are putting in place, it is not targeted at punishing you. No, but it is targeted at making sacrifice and speaking to the people and the power that be. It is also targeted at demonstrating that we are ready to sacrifice anything for our freedom. So from the 15th of December, Biafra land will be locked down on curfew. Not just sit at home. It is going to be curfew. This particular curfew is to demonstrate our displeasure, our anger, that today we are being addressed as an Islamic state by the UK Foreign Secretary without our consent. You forced us into Nigeria and we are still fighting to go away, and the next thing is you addressing Nigeria as an Islamic state. Yet, nobody is talking. And I want everybody to understand that registering as a member of Islamic organization does not give you the status of an Islamic state. So we ask and demand clarification. Where did the United Kingdom got the impression that Nigeria has become an Islamic state? Because registering to become a member of Islamic organization does not automatically make you an Islamic state. So where did Islamic state status? When did Nigeria become an Islamic state? And how did that status come to be in the United Kingdom government document and website? We demand clarification by embarking on this particular December period lockdown. I want everybody to understand that this is a freedom fighting. You are ready to give it all. We are going to shake Nigeria, shake those who represent them in Biafra land, both armed, both civil, diplomatically and politically. On the 15th of December, Biafra will lock down. On the 16th of December, Biafra will lock down. On the 17th of December, Biafra will.
Ndị be anyị daalụ ndị nnenu, daalụ ndị nnenu bụ ọma iji eme ọnụ, daalụ ndị nnenu Igbo nzube ụmụ ọma, anyị na-ekenekwa unu kwunu si wee soela anyị and wee nọgide na wee gesie ihe niile Biafran Prime Minister kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ a n'ụbọchị nke tata bụ 26th of December. Anyị na-akpọ ya morning tea. Anyị ga-ewetakwuru nnukwu ozi kwa stay tuned at Eastern News 24 ga-ewetara unu nnukwu ozi gbara ọkpọrọkpọ n'iru akwụkwọ. Nke ọzọkwa bụ ka ife nwere ike ikwu gbasata maka ya bụ ife ndị enugasị Biafran Prime Minister kwugasị n'iru akwụkwọ a. Ka bụkwa na arụ ka drọpụọla ya on the comment section below. Nke dị ka ibe ya bụ ebe ọbụla isi na join, make sure you join Eastern News 24. Make sure you join and subscribe for more news and for more update. Ka emesịa nụ ndị be anyị, ọ ya adịnụ ụmụ Igbo.